If you're exhausted, reactive, numb, or constantly on edge, but you can't quite explain why, there's a chance your nervous system never left survival mode. And most people don't even realize that they're still in it. It's the hardest part. Today, I'm walking you through 7 subtle signs that your body is still operating from trauma survival, even if your life looks stable on the outside now. Survival mode isn't necessarily dramatic. It's often quiet. It looks like productivity. It looks like being responsible. It looks like pushing through. But underneath all that, your nervous system is bracing. The first sign is that you can't truly relax. You sit down to rest, and yet you feel restless. There's tension, your mind is racing with thoughts. You finally have downtime where you're allowed to simply relax, and yet you feel anxious, like you need to be doing more, you should be doing more, other sorts of thoughts that might creep or race through your mind about what you need to be doing instead. And that's not laziness. That's a nervous system that doesn't equate stillness with safety. Sign 2 is you overreact to things that seem on a logical level small. A small inconvenience feels enormous. A minor tone shift feels suddenly threatening. Your body reacts before your thinking brain can turn on and intervene. And that's not immaturity. That is a stress or survival response coming from your nervous system. Sign 3, you alternatively feel numb or disconnected. So, contrary to what one might expect, not everyone who's in survival mode feels anxious, on edge, super vigilant, bracing. Some people, to the contrary, go into shutdown or collapse mode. So if you feel emotionally flat, foggy, or detached, that's often a freeze or collapse response. That numbness that you feel is essentially protective, and beneath that numbness is likely emotional overwhelm that you're shutting down from. Sign 4 is that you're always tired, but also wired. You might wake up feeling exhausted, but you also have trouble fully powering down. That's what chronic stress does to your body and your mind. Sign 5, you might struggle with intimacy. When someone starts to get emotionally close, something in you tightens. And while you crave connection, you notice that you pull away when it actually arrives. That is survival and your wiring, hardwiring. Sign 6, you're hyper independent. You don't ask for help, you don't need anyone, and you handle everything on your own. And while that might be strength, underneath that might also be adaptation and somebody who essentially learned that they couldn't depend on anyone and had to learn self-sufficiency almost to a compulsive effect. And sign 7, you feel like you're too much or not enough, or you vacillate between both extremes. Shame is the emotional echo of survival mode. If you constantly or consistently feel defective, flawed, or worthless as a being, that is not personality. That is conditioning. If you recognized yourself in any or several of these, know that you are not broken. You adapted. That's not only compassionate, but a realistic perspective. Your nervous system learned what it had to learn in order to get your needs met, to feel a sense of belonging or acceptance relatively under whatever conditions that you learned you were acceptable. The beautiful thing about nervous systems, though, is that they can learn safety too. If you want to understand how survival mode connects to childhood wounds and parenting triggers, start with my Reparenting 101 playlist here on YouTube. And if you're ready for more structured guidance, my reparenting course walks you through nervous system repair step by step, and it's linked in the description below. You don't have to live bracing for impact.